My question for you today is, do you have gut problems with your fibromyalgia? Now, gut health has become a very hot topic in modern times, and we've kind of finally started to realize that what we feed ourselves and the condition of our digestive system it plays a very important role in our health, right? So how does this affect fibromyalgia? What role does this play when it comes to something like fibromyalgia? Now, gut health is such an important part of fibromyalgia that we've actually dedicated an entire phase, the second phase of our program, to addressing digestion right from the beginning, or to addressing digestion properly. And sometimes we even start it right from the beginning. So how does the gut play into fibromyalgia? So first of all, modern medicine has played an enormous role in this and actually causing a lot of these gut problems that we now face today. And one of the major players here is the excessive use of antibiotics. Now, we've started using antibiotics much more frequently and probably more than we really have necessarily needed. Now, these antibiotics not only damage the microbiome of the gut, that's the complement of bacteria and other beneficial microorganisms that are housed in our gut and are beneficial to us, but it also leads to inflammation in the small intestines. Now, when these events occur, it allows metabolic and microbial toxins to be absorbed into our bloodstream, and they're not supposed to be there. And this impacts the immune system, the lymphatic system, our liver. It can affect the hormonal system. It can basically affect the entire body, because now we're absorbing these microbial toxins, or these metabolic toxins, which are not supposed to be there. And all of these systems become players in the formation of fibromyalgia syndrome. Now, with fibromyalgia, one of the major problems is that these metabolic toxins end up taxing the liver over time. So these toxins then end up in the interstitial fluid, where the lymphatic system attempts to deal with them. And without the liver being able to help, the lymphatic system quickly gets taxed, and the body basically becomes toxic. So microbes start to grow and develop, can lead to biofilm formation, which can lead to chronic infection, chronic flare-ups of fibromyalgia. And then the damage to the gut from the antibiotics leads to increased tendency to fungal growth in the body and fungal infections. So through this, the lymphatic system will become taxed, and this leads to chronic lymphatic swelling, which is a major player in chronic fatigue and brain fog. Now, over time, these metabolic toxins will end up in the distal connective tissue, which around the muscles and around the joints. And that will provide this characteristic pain that we know with fibromyalgia, right? This touch sensitivity, because now these tissues are essentially swollen, and that puts direct pressure on the nerves and causes pain. Now, if that's not bad enough, then to combat these pains, very often people will turn to NSAID drugs like acetaminophen or ibuprofen or aspirin, which in turn further damages the lining of the gut, making this whole process worse and perpetuating this whole process. And then the damage to the gut causes problems with the neurotransmitters, such as serotonin and dopamine. These things are supposed to make you happy and have a good sense of well-being, but they are largely produced in the gut. And if the gut is in disharmony, if the gut is not working properly, it can interfere with serotonin and dopamine. And this can lead to increases in pain, in depression, anxiety, and a general lack of a sense of well-being. And if that's not bad enough, this mental, emotional strain that causes further impacts how well our gut works. So it becomes this vicious, repeating downward spiral, where one thing causing problems with the next, gut problems causing problems with the mind problems causing problems with the gut. So you see why it is so pivotally important to have a proper plan with proper guidance in order to effectively deal with fibromyalgia. And we utilize a system where we address all of these issues: immunity, lymphatics, gut health, cortisol, circulation. And we do it in a very specific order so that the body itself can recover and break free from this cycle of pain and decay.